Do you ever wonder what separates the most successful, intelligent women from the rest? What is it that they do differently, day in and day out, that propels them forward, even when the odds seem stacked against them? It's not just their brains, it's their habits. We've all heard that intelligence is key to success, but what if I told you that being smart alone isn't enough? In fact, many highly intelligent women don't necessarily rely on raw IQ. They rely on their habits, their mindset, their choices, and their actions. And those habits are what drive them toward greatness. Imagine waking up every day knowing exactly what you need to do, how to stay focused, and how to tackle challenges with ease. What would your life look like if you could adopt the habits of the most intelligent women in the world? What if you could tap into that deep sense of confidence and clarity that makes them unstoppable? By the end of this video, you'll discover the exact habits that shape highly intelligent women, habits that you can start implementing today. These are the same habits that will set you apart, push you to achieve more, and ultimately lead to the success you've always dreamed of. But here's the catch. It's not going to be easy. These habits take time, commitment, and consistency. But here's the reward. Once you start practicing them, you'll feel the shift. You'll feel the power within you grow. You'll understand why highly intelligent women make the choices they do, and you'll begin to do the same. So stay with me, because the next few minutes could be the turning point in your journey. Trust me, what you're about to learn has the potential to change everything. These habits aren't just for the few, they're for anyone willing to put in the work, and that includes you. Now, let's dive into the first habit, living with intention. Highly intelligent women understand the importance of intention in every area of their lives. They don't let life happen to them, they make things happen. They are intentional in their actions, decisions, and how they spend their time. Think about it. How often do we allow life to just happen? We get busy. We get caught up in the demands of the day. We react instead of acting. But intelligent women understand that to truly succeed, you need to have a clear purpose and direction. You need to decide, before the day even begins, what you want to achieve and how you will achieve it. This habit of living intentionally starts with clarity. Clarity on your goals. Clarity on your values. Clarity on what truly matters to you. When you have clarity, every choice becomes easier. Instead of wondering what you should do next, you already know. You already have a plan in place. Your decisions are aligned with your goals, your mission, your purpose. Every action is purposeful and deliberate. It's easy to get distracted by all the noise in the world. Social media, people's opinions, the pressure to do more and be more. But intelligent women don't fall into that trap. They stay focused. They understand that time is their most valuable asset, and they protect it fiercely. Their time, energy, and resources are spent on things that bring them closer to their goals, not things that pull them away from them. Here's the powerful truth. Intentional living isn't just about getting things done. It's about creating a life that reflects your deepest desires. It's about aligning your daily actions with the big picture you have for yourself. And when you live with intention, you're not just going through the motions. You're actively shaping your future every single day. Living with intention also means being aware of how you're spending your time. Intelligent women know that their success depends on the choices they make every single day. They don't waste time on things that don't serve their goals. Instead, they prioritize what matters most. They focus on what will move them forward, whether that's learning something new, improving their skills, or building meaningful relationships. The beauty of living with intention is that it brings clarity, and clarity brings confidence. When you know exactly what you want and why you want it, you stop second-guessing yourself. You stop wasting time on things that don't matter. You become a woman of purpose. And purpose is magnetic. It draws success, positivity, and opportunities into your life. But living with intention isn't something that just happens overnight. It's a habit, a mindset that you must actively cultivate. It starts with taking control of your day. Each morning, ask yourself, what do I want to accomplish today? What's the most important thing I can do right now to move closer to my goals? From there, you begin to structure your day around what truly matters. And here's the most important part. Living with intention is not about being perfect. It's not about getting everything right every time. It's about being mindful of your choices, staying focused on your goals, and being consistent, even when things don't go according to plan. So, as you continue watching this video, remember, the power is within you to take control of your life. By living with intention, you'll set yourself on the path to success. You'll make choices that align with your true desires and build a life that reflects the intelligent, empowered woman you are meant to be. Stay with me, because we have so much more to uncover. The habits we're about to dive into will change the way you approach every day, every challenge, and every opportunity in your life. Ready to unlock your full potential? Let's go. Have you ever stopped to think about how much control you truly have over your life? Most people go through their day reacting to the world around them, allowing circumstances and distractions to determine their actions. But the women who stand out, the highly intelligent ones, they live by default. They live by design. They know that to be successful, they must live with purpose, and they make sure every action counts. This is where intentional living becomes their secret weapon. They don't wake up and let the world dictate their day. They set their intentions with purpose and clarity, and by doing so, they create a life that reflects their deepest desires, dreams, and goals. So what does intentional living really mean? It means waking up each day with a clear sense of purpose. Instead of letting life unfold passively, you take charge of your actions, decisions, and mindset. Every choice you make is connected to something greater. It's about being proactive, not reactive. It's about focusing on what truly matters and eliminating distractions that pull you away from your goals. Highly intelligent women understand this concept deeply. They recognize that time is their most precious resource. They know that what they do today will impact their tomorrow. And so, they make sure every decision is aligned with their values and their vision for the future. This habit doesn't just apply to grand decisions. It extends to the smallest moments as well. How often do you catch yourself going through your day on autopilot, not really paying attention to what you're doing or why? Maybe you're scrolling through social media without thinking. Or you're stuck in a cycle of responding to emails or phone calls that don't actually move you forward. It's easy to get caught up in the busyness of life, but intelligent women know that this kind of mindless behavior only wastes their time and energy. Instead, they choose how they spend each moment. They ask themselves, is this aligned with my goals? Is this helping me move closer to the life I want to create? It's not about being perfect or having everything figured out. It's about being present and intentional in every action, every decision. And here's something powerful. When you start living intentionally, you begin to experience a shift in your energy. You start to feel more in control. When you are clear on what you want and why you want it, you stop being distracted by everything else. You stop being overwhelmed by the endless to-do lists or the constant noise around you. Instead, you focus on what really matters. And when you focus on what matters, you see progress. You see results. You see growth. Intentional living also means being fully present in your interactions with others. Highly intelligent women don't just go through the motions in their relationships. They give their full attention, time, and care to the people who truly matter. Whether it's a friend, a partner, or a colleague, they understand that meaningful connections are built on focused attention and intentional actions. This doesn't mean you need to be perfect or always on. It means being conscious of the energy you bring into your relationships and interactions. When you make a choice to be present with someone, to really listen, to really show up, it creates a ripple effect that strengthens your connections and builds trust. These intentional, meaningful interactions are what lay the foundation for success in all areas of life. Living intentionally also requires discipline and focus. You'll need to block out distractions and stay committed to your goals, even when it's tempting to stray. But here's the thing. The more you practice intentional living, the easier it becomes. You begin to build habits that support your growth, and every action you take becomes a step toward the life you envision. Start with small, simple steps. Each day, wake up with a sense of purpose. Set your intentions before you begin. Ask yourself, what am I going to do today that will bring me closer to my dreams? Whether it's making progress on a personal project, learning something new, or simply focusing on your well-being, you are the one in control. It's also important to be mindful of where you direct your energy. Highly intelligent women understand that their energy is finite. They choose where to invest it wisely. They focus on what gives them the most return, whether it's their health, their career, or their personal growth. They are conscious of what drains them and make conscious decisions to protect their energy. They don't allow negativity, drama, or distractions to take over. Instead, they put their energy into what propels them forward. Another key aspect of living intentionally is the ability to say no. Intelligent women know that they can't do everything. They know that their time and energy are valuable, so they don't waste them on things that don't align with their goals. Saying no isn't about being selfish. It's about being protective of your time and space. It's about creating boundaries that allow you to focus on what truly matters. Intentional living also means setting boundaries in your personal life, your work, and your relationships. It's about knowing what you can give and knowing when to step back and recharge. Intelligent women understand that balance is not about doing everything, it's about doing what truly matters. The beauty of intentional living is that it's a mindset that can be applied to every area of life. Whether it's your career, your health, your relationships, or your personal development, being intentional allows you to approach each area with purpose and direction. You stop letting life happen to you and start creating the life you truly desire. This habit is what separates the highly intelligent women from the rest. It's not about being perfect, it's about being deliberate in your actions and decisions. And when you start living intentionally, you'll find that your life becomes more fulfilling, more focused, and more aligned with your true potential. If you want to create lasting success and fulfillment in your life, this is the key. Make the choice today to live with intention. Take control of your actions, your decisions, and your time. The life you desire is within your reach, and living intentionally is the first step toward making it a reality. So, how will you start living with purpose today? What small change can you make that will move you closer to the life you've always dreamed of? The power is in your hands. How many times have you questioned your own abilities? How often have you let doubt creep into your mind, telling you that you're not good enough or that success is meant for someone else? This is something every successful woman has faced at some point. But here's the secret. What truly sets them apart is their ability to believe in themselves, even when the odds are stacked against them. Self-belief isn't just a nice-to-have trait. It's an essential pillar that supports everything they do. It's the foundation of every accomplishment, every leap of faith, every success they achieve. Without belief in yourself, it's impossible to move forward, take risks, or even try. Think about it. How can you pursue your dreams or push past obstacles if you don't believe you're capable of overcoming them? Self-belief is what allows intelligent women to face challenges head-on, knowing that they can handle whatever comes their way. It's the inner confidence that drives them to keep moving forward, even when things get tough. But self-belief isn't something that magically appears overnight. It's something that is built, day by day, action by action. It starts with the simple decision to trust yourself, to take that first step, even if it feels uncertain. When you believe in your own abilities, you give yourself the courage to take risks, to face fear, and to turn failures into valuable lessons. You stop being paralyzed by the fear of failure and start using it as fuel for your next move. The women who embody true intelligence know that failure is just a part of the journey. It's not a reflection of their worth or their potential. Instead of letting mistakes break them, they use them as stepping stones. Every setback becomes a learning opportunity, a chance to refine their approach and come back stronger. But here's the truth. Self-belief is not just about being confident in the big moments. It's about showing up for yourself every single day. It's about trusting your decisions, trusting your instincts, and not letting self-doubt dictate your actions. Even when you feel uncertain, even when you don't have all the answers, self-belief is the quiet voice that tells you to keep going. This is where the real magic happens. When you trust yourself, you tap into a wellspring of untapped potential. You begin to realize that you are capable of so much more than you thought. You stop holding yourself back and instead you push yourself toward your true potential. For highly intelligent women, self-belief is an unwavering force. It's the inner conviction that drives them to take action, to put themselves out there, and to chase after their goals. They understand that without belief in their own worth and abilities, nothing they do will have the lasting impact they desire. But here's the kicker. Self-belief is contagious. When you believe in yourself, others start believing in you too. People are drawn to your energy, your confidence, and your determination. You start to attract opportunities and connections that help elevate you to new heights. Self-belief becomes the magnetic force that pulls success toward you. So how do you build that unshakable belief in yourself? It all begins with the way you talk to yourself. How often do you criticize yourself or focus on your shortcomings? Highly intelligent women have learned to silence that inner critic. They replace negative self-talk with empowering statements. Instead of saying, I can't, they say, I can learn. Instead of thinking, I'm not good enough, they remind themselves, I am capable of greatness. The way you talk to yourself has a direct impact on your mindset and your actions. When you are kind and encouraging toward yourself, you start to shift your perspective. You begin to see challenges as opportunities, setbacks as lessons, and your dreams as achievable realities. The more you practice this, the more your belief in yourself grows. Another way to strengthen your self-belief is through action. Action creates momentum. The more you take steps toward your goals, no matter how small, the more you reinforce your belief in yourself. Every little win, whether it's completing a task, overcoming a fear, or learning something new, adds to the foundation of self-belief. It's like building a muscle. The more you exercise it, the stronger it becomes. And let's not forget the importance of surrounding yourself with positive influences. The people you spend time with have a significant impact on your mindset. Highly intelligent women know that they must surround themselves with people who uplift and encourage them, not those who doubt their abilities or bring negativity into their lives. They understand that a positive, supportive environment is essential for maintaining strong self-belief. Of course, self-belief isn't about becoming arrogant or dismissing constructive criticism. It's about recognizing your value and embracing your potential while remaining open to growth and improvement. Self-belief means trusting that you are worthy of success and that you have the skills to achieve it. It means knowing that you can handle whatever challenges come your way and that you will emerge from them stronger than before. It's also important to celebrate your progress. When you take the time to acknowledge your achievements, no matter how small, they serve as reminders of your capabilities. Each victory, whether it's completing a difficult project or overcoming self-doubt, is a testament to your strength. These moments of celebration boost your confidence and reinforce your belief in yourself. At the end of the day, self-belief is about embracing who you are and recognizing that you are enough, just as you are. It's about knowing that you have the power to shape your own destiny and that no external factor can define your worth. The more you nurture your self-belief, the more you step into your full potential. Self-belief is not just an internal process, it's a way of life. It's about showing up for yourself every single day, trusting your journey, and knowing that the world is yours to conquer. Highly intelligent women know this truth deep in their bones. They believe in themselves, and because of that belief, they are unstoppable. So ask yourself, how much do you believe in yourself? Are you ready to embrace your potential and take bold action toward your goals? The power of self-belief is yours to unlock. Believe in yourself and watch how everything in your life begins to shift in the most amazing ways. How often do you challenge yourself to grow, to step out of your comfort zone and embrace the unknown? Growth is not a one-time event. It's a mindset, a continuous journey that highly intelligent women embrace every single day. They understand that personal development is not just about achieving success once. It's about the constant evolution of who they are, how they think, and how they show up in the world. Highly intelligent women are not content with staying stagnant. They are relentless in their pursuit of growth, always looking for ways to improve and refine themselves. But growth isn't just about acquiring new knowledge or skills. It's about stretching beyond what feels comfortable, even if it means taking risks or facing discomfort. It's about seeking opportunities to learn and evolve no matter where you are in life. So, how do highly intelligent women embrace continuous growth? First and foremost, they understand that growth requires discomfort. They don't shy away from challenges. Instead, they lean into them. They know that when they push themselves beyond their limits, that's when true growth happens. Growth doesn't occur when you're in your safe space. It happens when you're willing to face your fears, when you step into the unknown, and when you take risks, even though they feel daunting. The key to this is developing a growth mindset. It's the belief that you are capable of learning, evolving, and adapting throughout your life. People with a growth mindset don't see failure as something to avoid. They see it as a necessary part of the process. Every mistake, every setback, every moment of discomfort is viewed as an opportunity to learn and grow. They don't take failure personally because they know that each failure is just another stepping stone toward success. Highly intelligent women don't allow themselves to become complacent with what they already know. They are constantly seeking knowledge, whether it's reading books, taking courses, or engaging in meaningful conversations. They understand that knowledge is power, but wisdom comes from experience and application. They don't just absorb information, they make sure to apply it in their lives, testing what works and what doesn't and refining their approach along the way. This commitment to lifelong learning is one of the key reasons why highly intelligent women stand out. They are always evolving, always curious, and always hungry for more. It's not about perfection, it's about progress. They embrace the journey of growth, knowing that they will never reach a point where they stop learning, improving, or evolving. The process is never finished. It's ongoing, and that's what makes it exciting. But growth isn't just about intellectual development. It's about emotional and personal growth as well. Highly intelligent women are not just focused on what they know, they're equally invested in who they are becoming. They understand that emotional intelligence is just as important as intellectual intelligence. They are constantly working on their self-awareness, managing their emotions, and improving their relationships with others. Self-awareness is a cornerstone of personal growth. Highly intelligent women regularly take time to reflect on their actions, thoughts, and behaviors. They ask themselves tough questions. What could I have done better today? What did I learn from this experience? How can I improve moving forward? This self-reflection is crucial for growth because it allows them to understand themselves on a deeper level and make conscious decisions about who they want to be. Emotional intelligence also plays a significant role in personal growth. Being able to understand, manage, and express emotions in a healthy way allows them to build better relationships, navigate conflicts with ease, and maintain a sense of calm and clarity in difficult situations. Highly intelligent women know that true growth comes from mastering their emotions and using them as tools to move forward, not as obstacles that hold them back. One of the most important aspects of continuous growth is embracing failure. So often we are taught to avoid failure at all costs, but the truth is, failure is an essential part of the growth process. Failure is not a reflection of your worth or abilities. It's a sign that you're pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone. It's proof that you're trying, learning, and evolving. Highly intelligent women understand this and use failure as a stepping stone. They don't let it discourage them, they let it fuel them to try again, but smarter, stronger, and more prepared. This mindset is what allows them to continue growing, no matter how many times they fall. They don't see setbacks as roadblocks, they see them as opportunities to reevaluate, learn, and pivot. Every failure becomes a lesson that guides them closer to their goals. They don't give up. They refine their approach and try again. This resilience is a defining trait of highly intelligent women. They are never deterred by failure because they know that growth comes from persistence, not perfection. Growth also requires a willingness to let go of old beliefs and habits that no longer serve you. Highly intelligent women are not afraid to challenge their own assumptions or change their perspective. They recognize that holding on to outdated beliefs can limit their potential. Instead of clinging to the past, they are open to new ideas and different ways of thinking. This flexibility and adaptability are key to their success. Moreover, they don't compare their growth to others. The journey is personal, and they understand that everyone moves at their own pace. They are focused on their own progress, celebrating their own victories, no matter how small. This mindset prevents them from getting discouraged by the achievements of others. They are inspired by them, but they don't let comparison steal their joy or slow down their growth. Their only competition is with themselves, and they are constantly striving to be better than they were yesterday. Highly intelligent women also embrace the importance of self-care in their growth journey. Taking care of their physical, mental, and emotional well-being is crucial for sustaining growth over time. They know that without proper rest, reflection, and nourishment, it's impossible to continue evolving at their full potential. They don't see self-care as a luxury, it's a necessity for long-term success and happiness. Continuous growth is a mindset. It's about having the courage to evolve, to learn from every experience, and to keep moving forward, even when it feels difficult. Highly intelligent women understand that growth is not about achieving a specific destination. It's about the ongoing journey of becoming the best version of themselves. It's about embracing challenges, seeking knowledge, and evolving in every area of life, emotionally, intellectually, and personally. If you want to truly reach your potential, commit to continuous growth. Challenge yourself to step outside your comfort zone. Embrace the discomfort, the failures, the setbacks, and the lessons along the way. Believe that you are capable of more than you think and never stop learning. The journey of growth may not always be easy, but it will be one of the most rewarding paths you will ever take. Embrace it and watch yourself transform into someone you never thought possible. How often do you take full responsibility for your actions, choices, and emotions? How often do you stop pointing fingers at the circumstances, the people, or the world and simply take ownership of your life? Highly intelligent women understand that they are the architects of their own destiny. They don't wait for opportunities to come to them. They create their own opportunities. They don't blame others for their failures. They take full responsibility for their outcomes. This mindset is the key to unlocking your true potential and leading a life of purpose. Taking ownership doesn't mean everything will always go your way or that you will never make mistakes. It means you fully accept that you are in control of your actions and reactions, regardless of external circumstances. When you take ownership of your life, you empower yourself to make changes, set new goals, and move in the direction of your dreams. You stop waiting for someone else to give you permission to live the life you desire. One of the first steps in taking ownership is acknowledging that your life is the result of the choices you make every single day. We often like to think that things happen to us, but the reality is that we have a significant influence over the trajectory of our own lives. The way we choose to respond to setbacks, opportunities, and challenges determines the course of our lives. Highly intelligent women understand this deeply. They are conscious of their decisions and the impact those decisions have on their future. They are proactive in their choices instead of reactive. For many of us, taking ownership means letting go of excuses. Excuses are easy. They allow us to blame other people or situations for why we are not where we want to be in life. But highly intelligent women know that excuses keep us stuck. When you stop making excuses, you stop giving away your power. You take full responsibility for everything that is happening in your life, good or bad, and you shift your mindset toward empowerment. They don't see challenges as obstacles, but as opportunities for growth. Every difficulty, every setback, and every struggle is an opportunity for them to learn, to adapt, and to grow stronger. They know that failure is not the end, but simply a part of the process. Failure teaches lessons, shapes character, and strengthens resilience. Instead of giving up when faced with adversity, they take responsibility for their situation and ask themselves, what can I learn from this? Taking ownership also means letting go of the need for validation from others. Highly intelligent women are not driven by the approval of the crowd. They don't seek constant praise or recognition. They are driven by their internal compass, their values, passions, and purpose. They make decisions based on what is right for them, not what will make others happy or what will win them approval. They know that true fulfillment comes from within, not from external praise. When you take ownership of your life, you start making decisions that align with your values and goals, not based on the expectations of others. This means setting boundaries, saying no when needed, and not allowing other people's opinions or judgments to dictate your path. By taking ownership of your life, you are choosing to prioritize yourself, your dreams, and your vision for the future. Highly intelligent women are also masters of time management. They take ownership of their time by prioritizing what truly matters and letting go of distractions that do not align with their goals. Time is one of the most precious resources we have, and how we spend it determines the quality of our lives. Highly intelligent women know that time wasted is time they will never get back, so they are intentional with how they invest their time. They focus on the activities that bring them closer to their goals and the people who support and encourage their growth. They also recognize that taking ownership means taking responsibility for their mental health. It's easy to ignore our emotions, our stress, or our mental well-being, but intelligent women know that mental health is just as important as physical health. They take the time to care for their mental and emotional state by practicing mindfulness, meditation, journaling, or simply taking moments throughout the day to check in with themselves. When they feel overwhelmed, they don't ignore it, they acknowledge it, and they take steps to address it. Taking ownership also means being accountable to yourself. It's easy to let things slide when no one is watching, but highly intelligent women hold themselves to a high standard. They take responsibility for their actions, even when no one else is around. If they make a mistake, they own it. If they fall short of a goal, they reflect on what went wrong and take steps to improve. They don't shy away from accountability because they know that accountability is what leads to growth. It's what keeps them on track and ensures that they stay true to their goals and ambitions. An essential aspect of taking ownership is learning how to deal with negativity, both internal and external. Negativity will always be a part of life. It's impossible to avoid. But highly intelligent women know that how they respond to negativity determines its impact on their lives. They don't let negative comments, situations, or even their own self-doubt hold them back. Instead, they choose to focus on solutions, staying focused on their goals and the bigger picture. They understand that negativity is simply a reflection of other people's fears and insecurities, and they don't allow it to influence their journey. Taking ownership is also about taking responsibility for your happiness. Too often, we wait for external factors to bring us happiness, whether it's a job, a relationship, or a specific accomplishment. But highly intelligent women understand that happiness comes from within. They choose to find joy in the present moment, no matter what's happening around them. They focus on gratitude, and they understand that happiness is not a destination, it's a state of mind. When you take ownership of your happiness, you stop waiting for things outside of yourself to change before you allow yourself to be happy. You realize that you have the power to shift your perspective and find joy in the simple things. You take responsibility for creating a life that brings you fulfillment and peace, regardless of external circumstances. Taking ownership is a powerful practice. It is not always easy, but it is always worth it. When you take full responsibility for your life, you take back your power. You stop waiting for things to happen and start making things happen. You stop blaming others and start focusing on what you can control. When you take ownership, you unlock the door to your true potential, and nothing can hold you back. Have you ever been too hard on yourself? Are you your own toughest critic? It's easy to fall into the trap of perfectionism, but highly intelligent women understand one simple truth. To grow, to evolve, and to achieve greatness, you must first learn to be kind to yourself. Self-compassion is the secret ingredient that fuels the most successful, fulfilled women on this planet. It is not about letting yourself off the hook, but about understanding that you are human and deserve the same grace and forgiveness that you extend to others. Self-compassion starts with acknowledging your imperfections. Too often, we hold ourselves to standards that no one could possibly meet. We expect ourselves to be perfect, to never make mistakes, and to always have everything together. But perfection is an illusion. Highly intelligent women know that it is our imperfections that make us unique, and they embrace them. They recognize that every mistake, every flaw, and every challenge is an opportunity to learn and grow. Instead of beating themselves up when they fall short, they take the time to reflect, to learn from the experience, and to move forward with a sense of grace and understanding. Self-compassion also means treating yourself with kindness during times of stress or failure. We all face moments of doubt, insecurity, and frustration, and those moments can feel overwhelming. But highly intelligent women know that self-compassion is not about avoiding or suppressing those feelings. It's about acknowledging them, accepting them, and then gently moving forward. They understand that experiencing difficult emotions is part of being human, and they don't make themselves wrong for feeling what they feel. Instead, they offer themselves the same empathy and care they would give a friend going through the same struggles. One of the most powerful things you can do for yourself is to stop comparing your journey to others. We live in a world where it's easy to look at other people's successes and think that we're falling behind, that we're not good enough, or that we'll never reach the same level. But highly intelligent women know that comparison is the thief of joy. Every person has their own unique path, their own timeline, and their own struggles. Instead of comparing, they focus on their own growth, their own goals, and their own process. They understand that success isn't a race, it's a personal journey, and they embrace their progress no matter how small. Self-compassion is also about setting healthy boundaries. Highly intelligent women know that they cannot pour from an empty cup. They recognize the importance of saying no when necessary, of taking time for themselves, and of prioritizing their well-being. It's easy to get caught up in the demands of others, but without boundaries, we risk burning out, losing our sense of self, and neglecting our own needs. By setting boundaries, highly intelligent women protect their energy, maintain their focus, and ensure that they have the strength to keep moving toward their goals. Another crucial aspect of self-compassion is forgiving yourself. How many times have you held on to past mistakes, beating yourself up for things you wish you could change? It's easy to get trapped in guilt or regret, but highly intelligent women know that holding on to the past only holds them back. They practice self-forgiveness, understanding that no one is perfect and that mistakes are simply part of the journey. They let go of the past, release the guilt, and move forward with a renewed sense of purpose. They understand that the only thing that matters is what they choose to do next. Highly intelligent women also practice self-compassion through self-care. Taking care of your body, mind, and spirit is not a luxury. It is a necessity. Self-care is an act of self-love and a way to show yourself that you matter. It's easy to get caught up in the hustle and bustle of everyday life, but highly intelligent women make self-care a priority. Whether it's taking a walk, reading a book, spending time with loved ones, or simply resting, they recognize that caring for themselves is essential to maintaining their mental, emotional, and physical health. By nurturing themselves, they are better equipped to handle the challenges life throws at them and can show up more fully for the people and goals they care about. A powerful way to practice self-compassion is by practicing gratitude. When you focus on the things you are grateful for, it shifts your mindset from one of scarcity to one of abundance. Highly intelligent women understand the power of gratitude in shifting their perspective and enhancing their sense of well-being. By consistently practicing gratitude, they train their brains to focus on the positive aspects of their lives, even during difficult times. They understand that no matter how challenging life gets, there is always something to be grateful for, and by focusing on those things, they can foster a sense of peace and contentment. Self-compassion also means being patient with yourself. We live in a world where instant gratification is the norm, and it's easy to feel impatient when things don't happen as quickly as we'd like. But highly intelligent women know that growth takes time. They know that success is a journey, not a destination. They trust the process and allow themselves to evolve at their own pace. They don't rush through life, but instead, they savor each moment, learning from every experience along the way. They understand that every step, no matter how small, brings them closer to their goals. Being compassionate with yourself is not about being complacent. It is not about excusing poor performance or neglecting your responsibility. It is about acknowledging your worth, showing yourself kindness when things go wrong, and encouraging yourself to keep going. When you practice self-compassion, you shift your inner dialogue from one of criticism to one of encouragement. You become your own biggest supporter, lifting yourself up instead of tearing yourself down. The women who thrive, who excel in their careers, relationships, and personal lives, are the ones who treat themselves with the love and respect they deserve. They understand that self-compassion is not a weakness, but a strength. It is what allows them to keep moving forward, even when things get tough. It is what fuels their resilience and determination. When you practice self-compassion, you stop fighting against yourself. You start working with yourself, building a foundation of self-love and understanding that propels you toward your highest potential. Have you ever been afraid to show your true self, to let others see your fears, your doubts, or the moments when you feel less than confident? It's normal to want to protect ourselves from judgment or rejection, but there's a profound truth that many highly intelligent women understand. Vulnerability is not a weakness, it is a strength. Embracing vulnerability allows you to build deeper connections, grow through challenges, and unlock your full potential. Being vulnerable doesn't mean being weak or helpless. It means being authentic and real. It's about showing up as your true self, even when it feels risky or uncomfortable. Highly intelligent women recognize that vulnerability is a powerful tool for personal growth. By allowing themselves to be vulnerable, they open the door to deeper self-awareness and authenticity. They understand that by being open about their struggles, fears, and authenticity, they create space for growth and healing. This honesty with themselves and others allows them to break free from the false masks of perfection that society often pressures us to wear. When you embrace vulnerability, you give yourself permission to feel all of your emotions without judgment. Too often we suppress our feelings, pushing them down in an attempt to avoid discomfort. But this only leads to stress, anxiety, and burnout. Highly intelligent women know that they are not defined by their emotions, but rather they allow themselves to feel them deeply. Whether it's joy, sadness, fear, or excitement, they accept their emotions as part of the human experience. By doing so, they become more resilient, able to handle life's ups and downs with greater ease and grace. Vulnerability also fosters connection. It's easy to hide behind a facade of perfection, but this can lead to isolation. People are drawn to authenticity. When you allow yourself to be vulnerable, you invite others to connect with the real you, not the carefully crafted version you think they want to see. This connection is a source of strength. It builds trust, deepens relationships, and creates a supportive network that can help you through the toughest times. Highly intelligent women know that building authentic relationships is one of the most powerful things they can do to enrich their lives. By embracing vulnerability, they attract the right people, those who understand them, support them, and help them grow. Another reason why vulnerability is such a strength is because it fuels creativity and innovation. When you allow yourself to be vulnerable, you step outside of your comfort zone. You are willing to take risks and try new things, even if there is a chance of failure. This willingness to take chances is what drives progress and change. Highly intelligent women understand that innovation comes from a place of vulnerability, of being willing to experiment, to make mistakes, and to learn from them. They know that the greatest breakthroughs come not from playing it safe, but from daring to step into the unknown, even when the path ahead is unclear. Vulnerability also plays a critical role in leadership. Strong leaders are not those who hide their weaknesses or pretend to have all the answers. The most effective leaders are those who are open about their struggles, who seek help when needed, and who show empathy toward others. Highly intelligent women understand that true leadership comes from being able to relate to others, to show vulnerability in a way that builds trust and fosters a culture of openness. When leaders embrace vulnerability, they create an environment where people feel safe to express their ideas, take risks, and collaborate freely. This openness fosters creativity and innovation, and ultimately, it leads to better outcomes for everyone involved. Moreover, vulnerability helps you to practice self-acceptance. It allows you to embrace your imperfections and understand that you do not have to be perfect to be worthy of love, respect, or success. When you accept yourself, flaws and all, you let go of the unrealistic standards that hold you back. You stop striving for unattainable perfection and instead focus on growth, learning, and improvement. Vulnerability helps you accept your mistakes as part of the journey, not as a reflection of your worth. You start to see yourself as a work in progress, someone who is always evolving and improving. And that's exactly what makes you powerful. To embrace vulnerability is to embrace your true power. It's about being comfortable with who you are in all your complexities and showing up in the world without apology. It's understanding that there's nothing wrong with feeling unsure or overwhelmed, and that these feelings do not diminish your value. In fact, they enhance your strength. When you accept your vulnerability, you give yourself the freedom to live authentically. You stop pretending to be someone you're not, and start fully embracing who you are. This is where true personal power lies, not in hiding your flaws, but in accepting them and using them as a source of strength. It's important to remember that vulnerability isn't about oversharing or putting yourself in situations where you are unsafe or unprotected. It's about being real, about being open in a way that aligns with your values and boundaries. Vulnerability allows you to show up for yourself and for others, but it also teaches you the importance of setting healthy limits. It's about finding the balance between being open and protecting your emotional well-being. Many of us fear vulnerability because we believe that showing weakness will lead to rejection or criticism. But the truth is, it's the opposite. When you allow yourself to be vulnerable, you invite others into your world. You give them the chance to connect with you on a deeper level, and you create an atmosphere of trust and mutual respect. Vulnerability is the gateway to empathy, understanding, and compassion. When you share your true self, you allow others to do the same, creating an environment where everyone can thrive. Highly intelligent women understand that vulnerability is not something to be feared or avoided. It is something to be celebrated. They know that it is the key to authentic relationships, personal growth, and meaningful success. It is what allows them to step into their true power, knowing that they do not have to hide or suppress any part of who they are. Instead, they embrace their vulnerability, using it as a source of strength to create the life they truly desire. Do you find yourself stuck in the cycle of thinking without taking action? You're not alone. We all have moments when we get caught up in the ideas swirling in our mind. We dream, we plan, but somehow we fail to turn those dreams into reality. It's easy to get caught in the trap of waiting for the right time or for everything to align perfectly. But here's a secret. The real power lies not in perfect planning, but in taking consistent action. Highly intelligent women understand that the secret to success isn't about having the perfect idea or the best resources. It's about showing up, taking small steps every day, and committing to the process, no matter how imperfect it may seem. It's about putting in the effort day after day, even when things don't feel easy or when the results aren't immediate. The power of consistent action can transform your life in ways you never thought possible. Think about it for a moment. The most successful people aren't the ones who have the best ideas or the clearest paths. They're the ones who keep moving forward, even when the road gets tough. They understand that action doesn't have to be grand or perfect. It just has to be consistent. Every little step you take brings you closer to your goals. It doesn't matter how small those steps are. What matters is that you keep taking them. Consistency creates momentum, and momentum is what drives results. Often, the biggest obstacle to consistent action is fear. We fear failure, we fear rejection, and sometimes we even fear success. These fears can paralyze us, preventing us from taking the steps we need to move forward. Highly intelligent women know that fear is normal, but they don't let it control them. Instead of avoiding fear, they face it head on. They take action despite their fears, knowing that the only way to grow is by moving through the discomfort. It's in those moments of discomfort that the greatest breakthroughs occur. Taking consistent action also means being resilient. It's about continuing to move forward even when things don't go as planned. There will always be obstacles, setbacks, and moments of doubt. But highly intelligent women know that these moments are not signs of failure. They are simply part of the journey. Resilience is what allows you to bounce back, to learn from your mistakes, and to keep going despite the challenges. Every time you rise after a setback, you grow stronger and more capable. It's the consistent effort, the refusal to give up, that sets you apart. Moreover, consistent action is deeply tied to self-discipline. It's about making the decision to show up for yourself, even when you don't feel like it. Discipline isn't about being rigid or punishing yourself. It's about making choices that align with your goals, even when it's hard. Highly intelligent women know that achieving big dreams requires focus and self-control. It's about making sacrifices in the short term to achieve long-term success. This discipline allows them to stay on track and make progress even when distractions or challenges arise. One of the most powerful things about consistent action is that it creates a sense of empowerment. Every time you take a step forward, no matter how small, you build confidence in yourself and your abilities. You start to see that you are capable of more than you realized. This sense of empowerment fuels your motivation to keep going, even when the going gets tough. You begin to believe that you can handle whatever comes your way, and that belief in yourself is what propels you to achieve your goals. Highly intelligent women understand that consistent action isn't just about working harder, it's about working smarter. They know that there's no point in burning yourself out by trying to do everything at once. Instead, they focus on what truly matters. They break down their goals into manageable steps and prioritize the actions that will bring the most results. By being strategic with their time and energy, they can maintain momentum without sacrificing their well-being. There is also a deep sense of satisfaction that comes from knowing that you are constantly moving forward. Every day that you take action, you feel a sense of accomplishment. It's the small wins, the quiet progress, that create a powerful sense of fulfillment. The more you commit to taking action, the more you realize that you are in control of your own destiny. You are shaping your life with every decision, every step, and every effort you put in. It's easy to get caught up in the idea of instant success. In today's fast-paced world, we often expect things to happen overnight. But the truth is, lasting success doesn't come from quick fixes or shortcuts. It comes from the consistent, everyday actions you take. Every successful woman you admire got to where she is because she showed up every day, put in the work, and never stopped. Whether it was writing that book, starting that business, or working toward a personal goal, she took consistent action toward her dream. And so can you. Sometimes the hardest part is just starting. Once you take that first step, momentum begins to build. You may not have the full picture right now, and that's okay. The key is to trust that every small action is leading you closer to the bigger picture. Trust in the process. Trust that as long as you keep moving forward, you will get there. Remember, consistent action is not about perfection. It's not about doing everything flawlessly or without error. It's about showing up, putting in the effort, and committing to the journey. It's about believing in your ability to succeed, one step at a time. Even on the days when things feel tough or when you don't see immediate results, keep going. The results will come, but only if you continue to take action, day after day, step by step. Highly intelligent women know that success doesn't happen by accident. It's a result of consistent, intentional action. They don't wait for the perfect moment to begin. They take action now. They understand that action is the bridge between where they are and where they want to be. It's the key to unlocking your potential and creating the life you desire. And the best part is you have the power to take that action today. So what are you waiting for? Have you ever hesitated to show your true self to the world, fearing judgment or rejection? Do you avoid opening up to others because you believe it might make you appear weak? If so, you're not alone. Vulnerability can feel terrifying. But the truth is, it's one of the most powerful traits that highly intelligent women possess. They understand that vulnerability is not a weakness. It is a strength that allows for growth, connection, and personal transformation. Vulnerability is often misunderstood. We've been taught to hide our imperfections, to keep our struggles to ourselves, and to put on a brave face at all costs. Society often equates vulnerability with fragility or weakness, but the reality is that it takes immense strength to be vulnerable. It takes courage to show up authentically, to share your fears, and to admit that you don't have all the answers. Highly intelligent women embrace this truth and use vulnerability as a tool for success. The first thing to understand is that vulnerability allows us to connect with others in a way that superficial strength never can. When you allow yourself to be vulnerable, you give others permission to do the same. This creates authentic connections, bonds that go beyond surface-level interactions. Vulnerability fosters empathy, understanding, and trust, qualities that are essential for building meaningful relationships both personally and professionally. Highly intelligent women know that the ability to be open and vulnerable allows them to build deeper, more fulfilling relationships. Instead of hiding behind walls, they choose to show up with authenticity. Whether it's with friends, family, or colleagues, they aren't afraid to share their true selves. This openness creates a sense of belonging, a sense of being seen and heard. It's in this space of vulnerability that trust is built, and it's trust that forms the foundation of every successful relationship. But vulnerability isn't just about connection, it's also about growth. When we allow ourselves to be vulnerable, we open the door to learning and self-improvement. Vulnerability forces us to face our fears, to confront the parts of ourselves we'd rather keep hidden. It challenges us to grow in ways we never imagined. Each time we face our insecurities and push through them, we expand our capacity for resilience, confidence, and strength. It's through vulnerability that we gain the insight necessary to transform our weaknesses into our greatest strengths. Highly intelligent women know that vulnerability is not the same as weakness. It's the willingness to show up as our full selves without pretending to be perfect. It's about embracing the parts of us that are messy, imperfect, and human. And here's the thing. When we show up as our authentic selves, we give others the permission to do the same. This creates a ripple effect that can transform not only our own lives, but the lives of those around us. Another key aspect of vulnerability is its ability to foster creativity and innovation. When you're willing to be vulnerable, you give yourself permission to take risks, to try new things, and to fail without fear. Vulnerability allows you to embrace uncertainty and step into the unknown with confidence. Highly intelligent women understand that innovation doesn't happen without the willingness to be vulnerable. It takes courage to create something new, to push boundaries, and to go after what you truly want. Vulnerability is the fuel that drives creativity, and it's what allows you to unlock your fullest potential. When we are vulnerable, we also allow ourselves to receive support. The act of opening up to others is an invitation for them to share their wisdom, their encouragement, and their help. By embracing vulnerability, we create space for others to lift us up, to guide us, and to walk alongside us in our journey. We stop pretending that we have it all figured out and acknowledge that we all need support at times. This not only strengthens our relationships, but also fosters a sense of community and solidarity. Let's talk about how vulnerability plays a huge role in personal healing and emotional well-being. We all face challenges, whether they are losses, failures, or emotional scars. In these moments, it's easy to want to hide away, to shut ourselves off from the world. But it's in our vulnerability that we begin the healing process. When we allow ourselves to feel our emotions, to express our pain, and to ask for help, we create space for healing to begin. Vulnerability allows us to process our emotions, to release the weight we carry, and to move forward with greater strength and clarity. Highly intelligent women understand that vulnerability is not about being perfect. In fact, it's often our imperfections that make us more relatable and human. It's the flaws, the mistakes, and the struggles that shape us into who we are. These experiences make us stronger, wiser, and more empathetic. Vulnerability doesn't mean we have to expose everything or overshare. It's about being honest with ourselves and others about who we are, where we're at, and what we need. It's the courage to be seen as we truly are, without filters or facades. By embracing vulnerability, highly intelligent women also learn to trust themselves more deeply. They trust their ability to handle whatever comes their way, knowing that they have the strength to face challenges head on. Vulnerability allows them to show up for themselves in ways they never thought possible. It's not about avoiding pain or discomfort. It's about having the courage to feel it, to process it, and to move forward with greater wisdom. Being vulnerable also means setting healthy boundaries. It means saying no when something doesn't align with your values or your well-being. It's about being honest with yourself about what you need in order to protect your energy and maintain balance. Highly intelligent women understand that vulnerability isn't about being open to everything. It's about being open to the right things, the things that nurture their growth and well-being. And while vulnerability may feel uncomfortable at first, the more you practice it, the easier it becomes. The more you allow yourself to be open, the more natural it feels. You begin to see vulnerability not as a burden, but as a gift that opens the door to connection, growth, creativity, and emotional healing. So if you find yourself holding back, afraid to show your true self, take a step forward today. Embrace vulnerability as the strength it truly is. By allowing yourself to be seen, you create a life that is authentic, fulfilling, and deeply connected to others. Vulnerability is not about perfection. It's about embracing your humanity and showing up in the world with authenticity, courage, and confidence. You are stronger than you think, and it's in your vulnerability that you'll find your greatest strength. How often do you find yourself starting something with enthusiasm, only to abandon it when challenges arise? Does it feel like the motivation fades quickly and you struggle to maintain consistency? If so, you're not alone. Many of us face this struggle, but here's the thing. Highly intelligent women have mastered the art of self-discipline and consistency. They understand that these two qualities are essential for long-term success and fulfillment. Self-discipline is the ability to stay committed to your goals, even when it's hard, even when you don't feel like it. It's about making choices that align with your long-term vision instead of being swayed by short-term temptations or distractions. It's not about being perfect. It's about staying focused and making incremental progress every single day. Highly intelligent women understand that success doesn't come from big, dramatic changes. It comes from the small, consistent actions that compound over time. The beauty of self-discipline is that it's not a trait you're born with. It's something you can develop. It's like a muscle that you strengthen every time you make a choice that aligns with your goals. It's the choice to wake up early and get to work, even when the bed feels too comfortable. It's the choice to stay focused and finish that task, even when the distractions are tempting. Every time you choose discipline over procrastination, you build a foundation for long-term success. Self-discipline is about creating habits that align with your values and your vision for the future. It's not about denying yourself pleasures or comforts. It's about recognizing the bigger picture and choosing to take actions that bring you closer to your ultimate goals. When you develop self-discipline, you are making an investment in yourself, in your future, and in the life you desire to create. One of the key ways that highly intelligent women build self-discipline is through their daily routines. They know that consistency is key to achieving success. By creating routines that prioritize their goals, they set themselves up for success every day. Their mornings are intentionally structured, and they focus on setting a tone of productivity and clarity right from the start. Whether it's exercising, meditating, journaling, or planning out the day ahead, they know that the consistency of their actions will lead to the results they desire. Consistency, however, goes beyond routines. It's also about showing up every day, regardless of how you feel. There will be days when you don't feel motivated, when the weight of the world seems too heavy, and when it seems easier to quit. But the difference between highly intelligent women and others is that they don't let these feelings control their actions. They understand that their success is not dependent on fleeting emotions. It's dependent on their ability to show up and do the work, no matter what. This is where resilience comes into play. Highly intelligent women embrace challenges as opportunities for growth. They know that failure is not something to be feared, but something to be learned from. They are not defined by their setbacks, but by their ability to rise again, stronger and wiser. Consistency in the face of adversity is what sets them apart. They understand that every failure is simply a stepping stone on the path to success. One of the key elements that sustain this consistency is having a strong why. When you know why you're doing something, it's easier to stay committed to it. Your why is the driving force behind your actions, the reason you get up every day and keep going. Highly intelligent women are deeply connected to their sense of purpose, and this purpose fuels their discipline. When their purpose is clear, it gives them the strength to keep moving forward even when the journey gets tough. Self-discipline isn't just about work, it's also about taking care of yourself. Highly intelligent women understand the importance of rest, recovery, and self-care in maintaining long-term success. They know that their energy is finite, and if they don't make time to recharge, they won't be able to sustain their efforts. Discipline includes setting boundaries, saying no to things that drain your energy, and saying yes to things that fuel your mind, body, and spirit. Here's the thing. Self-discipline is not about rigid perfection. It's about progress. It's about showing up, making consistent efforts, and being patient with yourself along the way. The key is to focus on the small wins, the little steps you take every day toward your goals, whether it's writing a page of your book, completing a workout, or simply staying focused for an hour without distractions. These small moments of consistency add up. Over time, you'll look back and realize that it's these small steps that have created big changes in your life. Consistency is also a reflection of how highly intelligent women value their time. Time is the most precious resource we have, and how we spend it directly impacts the life we create. Highly intelligent women protect their time and invest it wisely. They don't waste it on things that don't serve their goals or align with their values. Instead, they invest their time in things that will bring them closer to their dreams. Whether it's learning new skills, networking with people who inspire them, or taking time to grow and reflect, they understand that every minute counts. In the journey of building self-discipline and consistency, there will be moments of doubt. You will question your abilities and wonder if it's worth it. But highly intelligent women know that it's in these moments of doubt that true growth happens. The moments when you feel like giving up are the very moments that shape your character and build your resilience. They don't let fear or uncertainty hold them back. Instead, they use those feelings as fuel to keep going. The beauty of self-discipline is that it compounds. Every small act of discipline builds upon the last one, creating a momentum that propels you forward. It's like a snowball rolling downhill. It starts small but gains strength and power as it moves forward. Each time you show up and stay disciplined, you build a foundation for even greater success. Eventually, you'll look back and realize that your consistency has led to significant life-changing results. So, what's the secret to achieving your goals? It's not about talent, luck, or intelligence alone. It's about the consistent, disciplined actions you take every single day. Highly intelligent women know that success is not a one-time event. It's a journey built on a foundation of self-discipline, consistency, and resilience. The path may not always be easy, but it's through these consistent efforts that you will unlock your full potential and achieve the life you've always dreamed of. Do you ever feel like your time is constantly being pulled in different directions? That no matter how much you give, it never seems to be enough? Many women experience this struggle, and it can be overwhelming. But here's the truth. Highly intelligent women understand the importance of setting boundaries and prioritizing their own well-being. They know that saying no isn't a sign of weakness, but a powerful way to protect their energy and focus on what truly matters. Setting boundaries is about more than just saying no to others. It's about saying yes to yourself. It's about protecting your time, your energy, and your peace of mind. When you set boundaries, you're not only showing others what you're willing to tolerate, you're also showing yourself that you deserve respect and care. It's a form of self-love. Boundaries are a tool that help you manage your personal and professional life with intention. Without boundaries, you can easily fall into the trap of people-pleasing, saying yes to every request, and stretching yourself too thin. While being kind and helpful is important, overcommitting can lead to burnout and resentment. Highly intelligent women understand that boundaries are a necessary part of maintaining a balanced, fulfilling life. When you set clear boundaries, you're creating a structure that supports your goals and values. It's about making intentional choices on where to invest your time and energy. For example, if you're someone who values time alone for self-care or reflection, you might set boundaries around how much time you spend socializing or working. By setting these limits, you're ensuring that you have the mental space and emotional energy to focus on what truly matters. One of the most powerful aspects of setting boundaries is learning how to say no without feeling guilty. Saying no doesn't mean you're being selfish. It simply means that you're respecting your own needs and limitations. Many women struggle with saying no because they fear letting others down or being perceived as rude. However, saying yes to everything often leads to burnout and resentment. Highly intelligent women know that it's okay to say no, and that it's necessary to protect their time and energy. When you say no to things that don't align with your goals, you're saying yes to the things that truly matter. Another crucial aspect of setting boundaries is recognizing that your well-being is non-negotiable. Highly intelligent women prioritize their mental and physical health, knowing that without a solid foundation of well-being, they won't be able to perform at their best. This means taking time for rest, engaging in activities that recharge their energy, and seeking help when needed. Boundaries around work, family, and social obligations help ensure that they can nurture themselves while still showing up for others in meaningful ways. In addition to external boundaries, it's essential to set boundaries with your own thoughts and emotions. Highly intelligent women practice emotional regulation, meaning they don't allow negative or unproductive thoughts to control their actions. They set mental boundaries by acknowledging when a thought or emotion no longer serves them and choosing to let it go. For instance, if you're feeling overwhelmed by self-doubt or anxiety, you can set the boundary of not allowing those feelings to dictate your behavior. Instead, you focus on the actions that will move you closer to your goals, regardless of how you feel in the moment. One of the best ways to maintain these boundaries is by creating clear priorities. By understanding your values and what's truly important to you, you can make decisions that align with your larger vision. Highly intelligent women are skilled at prioritizing their tasks, ensuring that they are focusing on the things that will have the greatest impact on their lives. They know that their time is limited, so they make deliberate choices about where to invest it. For example, if personal growth is a priority, they might spend time reading, attending workshops, or reflecting on their goals. If health is a priority, they will create time in their schedule for exercise and rest. They are intentional about how they spend their time, and they aren't afraid to say no to things that don't serve their highest good. This ability to prioritize is a hallmark of intelligent women. They recognize that true success comes from focusing on the things that matter most. Of course, maintaining boundaries doesn't mean you have to be rigid or inflexible. Life is unpredictable, and sometimes circumstances will require you to adjust. However, the key is to stay connected to your core values and make sure that you're still honoring your well-being, even when things get busy. Flexibility is important, but it should never come at the cost of your health or peace of mind. Setting boundaries also involves surrounding yourself with people who respect and support you. Highly intelligent women understand the importance of cultivating relationships that are uplifting and empowering. They know that the people in their lives can have a profound impact on their energy and mindset. By surrounding themselves with individuals who align with their values, they create a positive and nurturing environment that helps them thrive. While setting boundaries can be challenging, especially if you're used to putting others' needs first, it's an essential practice for self-care and long-term success. The more you practice setting boundaries, the easier it becomes. With time, you'll become more comfortable with saying no and standing up for your needs. Your well-being will no longer feel like an afterthought. It will be at the forefront of everything you do. And as a result, you'll be able to show up as the best version of yourself in all areas of your life. It's important to remember that setting boundaries is not an act of rejection, it's an act of empowerment. When you set boundaries, you are choosing to live intentionally, to protect your peace, and to ensure that you are able to fully engage with the things that truly matter. You are giving yourself the gift of space to grow, reflect, and thrive. Highly intelligent women don't apologize for prioritizing themselves. They understand that doing so is not selfish, but necessary for their success and happiness. In conclusion, setting boundaries is one of the most powerful tools for creating a life that is aligned with your values and goals. By protecting your time and energy, you create space for growth, self-care, and meaningful connections. Prioritizing your well-being allows you to perform at your best and shows others that you value and respect yourself. When you master the art of setting boundaries, you unlock the ability to live a life of purpose, balance, and fulfillment. At the heart of every high achiever is a secret weapon that many overlook: the power of self-compassion. While intelligence and determination are essential to success, it's the kindness you show yourself that makes all the difference. Highly intelligent women understand that being compassionate toward themselves is not a sign of weakness, but a powerful tool to foster resilience, growth, and success. Self-compassion is the act of treating yourself with the same care and understanding that you would offer to a friend in times of struggle or failure. It means accepting your imperfections and mistakes without judgment and realizing that you are deserving of love and support regardless of your achievement. This practice is often overlooked in the pursuit of success, as society tends to celebrate relentless ambition, pushing oneself to the limit without a second thought. However, highly intelligent women understand that self-compassion is essential for long-term well-being and achieving sustainable success. One of the main reasons why self-compassion is so important is that it helps you bounce back from setbacks with grace. Life is full of challenges, and failure is a natural part of any journey. Whether you make a mistake at work, experience a personal setback, or feel like you're not living up to your expectations, self-compassion allows you to embrace these experiences as opportunities for growth, rather than as signs of inadequacy. When you approach challenges with self-compassion, you give yourself the permission to fail and learn from your mistake. You acknowledge that you are human, and being human means encountering obstacles. This mindset prevents you from falling into the trap of harsh self-criticism, which can lead to feelings of shame, guilt, and anxiety. Instead of berating yourself, you choose to be kind, patient, and encouraging, just as you would for a friend facing the same difficulties. This shift in perspective has a profound impact on your ability to persevere and achieve your goals. When you practice self-compassion, you maintain a sense of inner peace and self-worth, even in the face of failure. You don't let one misstep define you, and instead, you view each challenge as an opportunity to grow stronger and wiser. Highly intelligent women are particularly skilled at practicing self-compassion because they understand that their worth is not defined by their achievements alone. They know that their value comes from who they are, not from their external accomplishments. This belief allows them to navigate the inevitable ups and downs of life without losing sight of their worth. They understand that success is not a linear path, and setbacks do not determine their final outcome. Another aspect of self-compassion is learning to embrace your flaws and imperfections. Many intelligent women hold themselves to impossibly high standards and feel that they must be perfect in every aspect of their lives. This mindset can lead to burnout and anxiety, as no one can sustain perfection at all times. Self-compassion helps break this cycle by encouraging self-acceptance. It's about acknowledging that you don't need to be flawless to be worthy of love, success, or happiness. Embracing imperfection allows you to take risks, make mistakes, and learn without fear of judgment. Instead of avoiding challenges because you're afraid of failing, you become more willing to take action and embrace the uncertainty that comes with growth. This is a key quality of highly intelligent women. They don't shy away from taking calculated risks, knowing that even if they don't succeed right away, the process itself will bring valuable lessons. Self-compassion also helps you avoid comparison, which is another productivity killer. It's easy to get caught up in comparing yourself to others, especially in today's world of social media, where everyone seems to have it all together. But constantly measuring your success against someone else's can lead to feelings of inadequacy and self-doubt. Highly intelligent women know that comparison is the thief of joy, and they choose instead to focus on their own path. When you practice self-compassion, you become less focused on external validation and more connected to your own internal values. You recognize that your worth does not depend on how you measure up to others, but on how true you stay to yourself. This mindset fosters a deep sense of confidence and self-assurance, which is essential for navigating life's challenges and achieving your goals. The beauty of self-compassion is that it is not a one-time event. It is a lifelong practice. Just like any skill, it requires consistent effort and nurturing. However, the more you practice self-compassion, the easier it becomes to treat yourself with kindness during difficult times. Over time, this mindset shift will become second nature, allowing you to approach challenges with resilience, strength, and grace. Moreover, self-compassion is a vital aspect of maintaining mental and emotional well-being. In a world that often demands more and more from you, it's easy to neglect your own needs. However, by regularly practicing self-compassion, you ensure that you are taking care of your emotional health. When you are compassionate with yourself, you are less likely to experience burnout, anxiety, or depression. You are more likely to stay balanced and grounded, able to face whatever comes your way with clarity and calmness. In moments of self-doubt or insecurity, self-compassion acts as a comforting reminder that you are not alone. It helps you recognize that everyone experiences challenges and that your feelings are valid. You don't have to carry the weight of the world on your shoulders, nor do you need to achieve perfection to be worthy of love and respect. As you begin to incorporate self-compassion into your daily life, you will notice profound changes in your mindset and behavior. You will feel more empowered, more connected to your own needs, and more at peace with who you are. Rather than constantly striving for more, you'll find a deep sense of fulfillment in the present moment. You'll be able to celebrate your progress, even the small victories, without feeling like you need to prove your worth to anyone. To truly unlock the power of self-compassion, start by paying attention to your self-talk. Are you kind and encouraging toward yourself, or do you criticize and judge yourself harshly? Try to replace negative thoughts with positive affirmations, and remind yourself that you are worthy of love, success, and happiness, no matter what challenges you face. In conclusion, The power of self-compassion lies in its ability to transform how you view yourself and your journey. By treating yourself with kindness and acceptance, you pave the way for greater resilience, personal growth, and success. Highly intelligent women understand that self-compassion is not a luxury. It is a necessity for thriving in every area of life. By embracing self-compassion, you set the foundation for a life of balance, fulfillment, and sustainable success. Life is full of transitions, some expected, others unexpected. While change can bring a sense of uncertainty, it is also a powerful force that shapes who we are and who we can become. Learning how to embrace change is an essential skill for highly intelligent women, as it opens up new opportunities for growth, creativity, and success. Rather than resisting change, they recognize it as an ally that helps them adapt and thrive in an ever-evolving world. At its core, change is often seen as something disruptive. People tend to fear it because it challenges the status quo and forces them to step outside their comfort zones. It's human nature to want to maintain stability, but when we hold onto the familiar for too long, we limit our potential. Highly intelligent women understand this dynamic. They know that embracing change is not about ignoring the discomfort that comes with it, but about acknowledging it and using it as fuel to grow. When faced with change, the first step is to shift your perspective. Instead of viewing it as a threat, try to see it as an opportunity. Every change, whether big or small, carries with it the possibility for a new path, a new understanding, and a new version of yourself. By reframing change in this way, you begin to welcome it instead of fearing it. Highly intelligent women are skilled at recognizing that change is a constant, it's inevitable, and trying to avoid it only causes more stress. They understand that change is not something that happens to them, but rather something that happens with them. This mindset allows them to see change not as an enemy, but as an inevitable part of their journey. One of the most powerful ways to embrace change is through the practice of flexibility. Flexibility doesn't mean abandoning your goals or values, but it means being willing to adjust your approach when circumstances require it. Life often throws curveballs. Plans don't always go as expected, and outcomes aren't always within your control. Rather than becoming frustrated or stuck, highly intelligent women approach these moments with an open mind and a willingness to adapt. Being flexible allows you to navigate uncertainty with ease. When you're flexible, you're able to pivot and find creative solutions to new problems. Instead of rigidly sticking to one path, you open yourself up to other possibilities that might lead to even greater success. Flexibility also means learning to let go of the need for control. Sometimes the best thing you can do in the face of change is to allow yourself to be guided by the flow of life. One of the reasons highly intelligent women excel at embracing change is because they understand that personal growth is often uncomfortable. Growth requires moving beyond what is known and familiar into the realm of the unknown. It means taking risks, making mistakes, and learning from them. Embracing change requires courage. The courage to step into the unknown, to face uncertainty, and to believe that you have the strength to adapt. Another key aspect of embracing change is learning to trust the process. Life is rarely linear, and the path to success is often filled with unexpected twists and turns. However, when you trust the process, you let go of the need for immediate results and allow things to unfold naturally. Highly intelligent women are able to trust that even when they can't see the outcome right away, the experiences they gain along the way are invaluable. They know that every step, even the difficult ones, is part of a bigger picture. A vital part of embracing change is being mindful of your emotions. Change often brings up feelings of fear, anxiety, or sadness. It's normal to feel unsettled when things are in flux. However, highly intelligent women don't let these emotions dictate their actions. Instead of running away from uncomfortable feelings, they face them head-on. They understand that emotions are part of the human experience, but they don't allow those emotions to control them. By acknowledging your feelings without judgment, you create space to process and understand them. This emotional awareness helps you make decisions from a place of clarity rather than fear. It allows you to approach change with a sense of calm and confidence, knowing that emotions, while important, don't have to hold you back. One of the most important elements of embracing change is resilience. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from setbacks, to keep going even when things don't go as planned. Highly intelligent women cultivate resilience by maintaining a positive outlook and focusing on solutions rather than problems. They understand that resilience doesn't mean never experiencing hardship. It means having the strength to keep moving forward, even when the road gets tough. Resilience is built over time, and every challenge faced and overcome adds to your ability to weather future storms. When you embrace change, you begin to build a reservoir of resilience that empowers you to face whatever comes your way. Instead of seeing obstacles as insurmountable, you start to view them as opportunities to become stronger, wiser, and more capable. It's also important to remember that embracing change isn't a solo journey. Surrounding yourself with a strong support system can help you navigate change more effectively. Whether it's friends, family, mentors, or colleagues, having people who encourage you and offer guidance can make all the difference. They can provide perspective when things feel uncertain, offer advice when you need it, and simply remind you that you're not alone. Highly intelligent women understand the importance of connection, and they know that having a reliable support system is key to embracing change with grace. When you have people who believe in you, it becomes easier to believe in yourself. Support systems help you stay grounded when everything around you feels in flux, and they give you the confidence to take bold steps forward. Another essential part of embracing change is maintaining a growth mindset. This mindset is all about seeing challenges as opportunities to learn and improve. Instead of getting stuck in the idea that you must always succeed, you begin to embrace the idea that failure is simply a stepping stone to success. A growth mindset encourages you to keep learning, experimenting, and evolving, regardless of how many times you stumble. When you adopt a growth mindset, change becomes less intimidating because you view it as an essential part of your learning journey. You begin to see every change as a chance to develop new skills, gain new insights, and become a better version of yourself. This mindset empowers you to approach life with curiosity and excitement rather than fear and resistance. In conclusion, embracing change is one of the most powerful tools for growth and success. By shifting your perspective, practicing flexibility, trusting the process, and cultivating resilience, you create the foundation for navigating life's challenges with ease. Highly intelligent women understand that change is not something to be feared, but something to be welcomed. They know that through change, they have the opportunity to evolve into the person they are meant to be. Embrace change and let it lead you to new opportunities, greater self-discovery, and lasting success. Self-belief is a fundamental pillar of personal growth and success. It acts as the internal compass that guides you through life's challenges, giving you the strength to pursue your goals and dreams. Without self-belief, it's easy to become lost, hesitant, or overwhelmed by doubt. But when you truly believe in yourself, you unlock your full potential and find the courage to take bold, decisive action toward your goals. The foundation of self-belief lies in understanding your worth. Many people struggle with self-doubt, often measuring their value against the expectations and judgments of others. Highly intelligent women, however, understand that their worth is intrinsic and not determined by external factors. They know that they are valuable simply for being themselves, and this sense of self-worth fuels their confidence. Self-belief isn't just about thinking highly of yourself. It's about trusting your abilities and recognizing your unique strengths. Each person has a set of talents, experiences, and perspectives that make them exceptional. When you believe in yourself, you recognize those qualities and embrace them fully. You understand that your individual contributions have value and that you are capable of achieving greatness. One of the keys to building self-belief is taking consistent action. It's easy to feel uncertain when you're faced with an obstacle or a new challenge. But the more you take action, even when it's small, the more you prove to yourself that you can succeed. Each step you take builds confidence, reinforcing your belief in your abilities. In fact, the act of taking action is one of the most powerful ways to silence self-doubt. The more you act, the more you prove to yourself that you are capable of handling whatever comes your way. In moments of self-doubt, highly intelligent women don't allow fear to hold them back. Instead of avoiding challenges, they face them head-on, knowing that each experience, whether successful or not, contributes to their growth. Even when they make mistakes, they don't view them as failures. Rather, they see them as valuable learning experiences that enhance their knowledge and resilience. This mindset reinforces their belief in themselves, as they understand that failure is simply part of the process, not the end of the journey. A strong belief in oneself is also built through self-acceptance. This means embracing not just your strengths, but also your imperfections. Everyone has flaws, and no one is perfect. The key is to accept yourself fully, without judgment or criticism. When you embrace both your strengths and weaknesses, you free yourself from the need to be flawless. This acceptance allows you to grow in a way that is authentic and true to who you are. Highly intelligent women understand that self-belief is not about being perfect. It's about being real with yourself. They are not afraid to acknowledge their weaknesses, but they don't let them define them. Instead, they focus on their strengths and use them as the foundation for their confidence. They know that self-belief isn't about being flawless. It's about being willing to learn, adapt, and grow. Another powerful way to strengthen self-belief is by surrounding yourself with positive, supportive people. The people you choose to spend time with can have a significant impact on your mindset. When you surround yourself with people who encourage you, uplift you, and believe in your potential, it becomes easier to believe in yourself. These people help reinforce your sense of worth and remind you of your abilities, especially during times of self-doubt. However, highly intelligent women also understand that relying on external validation isn't the key to true self-belief. While positive reinforcement is helpful, they know that the most important source of confidence comes from within. They learn to trust their inner voice, their instincts, and their abilities. The external support is a bonus, but the real power lies in their ability to believe in themselves without needing constant reassurance from others. Building self-belief also involves letting go of comparisons. It's easy to look at other people's successes and feel inadequate, but this only erodes your confidence. Highly intelligent women resist the urge to compare themselves to others. Instead, they focus on their own journey, their own progress, and their own unique path. They understand that everyone has their own timeline and that success isn't about competing with others, but about becoming the best version of yourself. Self-belief grows through the practice of gratitude. When you take the time to appreciate what you already have and the progress you've made, you cultivate a mindset of abundance rather than scarcity. Gratitude helps you recognize your achievements, big and small, and reinforces the idea that you are worthy of success. The more you practice gratitude, the more you begin to see the positive aspects of yourself and your life, which in turn strengthens your belief in your potential. It's important to remember that self-belief is a journey, not a destination. It's something that you cultivate over time through consistent effort, reflection, and practice. Some days may be harder than others, and there may be moments of doubt and insecurity. But highly intelligent women don't let those moments define them. They understand that self-belief is not about being perfect. It's about showing up for yourself every day and trusting that you have what it takes to succeed. When you believe in yourself, you become more resilient. You approach challenges with a mindset that you can handle whatever comes your way. You don't shy away from difficulties because you know that each one is an opportunity to prove to yourself that you are capable of overcoming them. This inner strength builds momentum, and with each victory, no matter how small, your belief in yourself grows stronger. Self-belief also allows you to set higher standards for yourself. When you trust in your abilities, you have the courage to aim higher, set ambitious goals, and take risks. You're no longer held back by fear or self-doubt. Instead, you move forward with confidence, knowing that you have the skills, knowledge, and determination to achieve whatever you set your mind to. Self-belief empowers you to dream bigger and take the steps necessary to turn those dreams into reality. In conclusion, self-belief is not something that magically appears. It's something that must be nurtured and cultivated over time. It's about trusting yourself, embracing both your strengths and weaknesses, and taking consistent action toward your goals. It's about letting go of comparisons, surrounding yourself with positivity, and practicing gratitude. With self-belief, you can accomplish anything you set your mind to. You are capable, you are worthy, and you have everything you need within you to succeed. Consistency is the key that unlocks the door to success. It is what separates those who achieve their goals from those who don't. It doesn't matter how brilliant or talented you are, if you can't be consistent in your efforts, reaching your full potential will remain elusive. This is why understanding the true power of consistency is so crucial in your journey towards success and self-empowerment. At its core, consistency is about showing up. It's about doing the work day after day, even when you don't feel like it. It's about pushing through the discomfort and the distractions to stay on course. Success doesn't happen overnight, and the path to achievement is often a long and winding one. But by committing to consistent action, you build momentum, and eventually what once seemed impossible becomes within reach. When you are consistent, you develop a sense of discipline. Discipline is the bridge between your goals and the achievement of them. It's easy to get distracted by external factors or the temporary appeal of comfort, but discipline allows you to focus on what truly matters. By sticking to your routine and following through on your commitments, you prove to yourself that you are capable of achieving greatness, one small step at a time. The power of consistency also lies in the compounding effect. When you put in the effort day in and day out, the results may not always be immediately visible, but over time, those small efforts begin to add up, and the impact becomes undeniable. It's like planting a seed and nurturing it every day. You may not see the tree immediately, but with time and care, it will grow and bear fruit. The same principle applies to your goals. Each consistent effort you make adds a layer of growth and development until one day you look back and realize just how far you've come. Consistency doesn't mean perfection. In fact, striving for perfection can often hold you back because it can paralyze you with fear or self-doubt. Consistency means progress. It's about making small improvements every day, even when things aren't perfect. Every day that you show up, even when you're not at your best, you're moving forward. It's the willingness to keep going despite imperfections that leads to the long-term success you desire. Another critical aspect of consistency is accountability. When you are consistent, you become accountable not only to yourself, but also to the people around you. Whether it's your friends, family, or colleagues, the people who support you can help keep you on track. Having others to check in with can provide the encouragement and reminders you need to stay committed. This is why building a support network is essential in your journey. People who hold you accountable can provide the external motivation needed when your internal drive wanes. It's important to note that consistency doesn't always mean doing the same thing every day in exactly the same way. Life is unpredictable, and sometimes things don't go according to plan. The beauty of consistency is that it allows you to adapt to changes while still making progress. Flexibility within your consistency means that you don't have to be rigid in your approach. As long as you stay focused on your end goal, you can adjust your strategy when needed. This flexibility ensures that you continue moving forward even when life throws you a curveball. Consistency is also about building habits. Our habits shape our lives. The things we do consistently, day after day, eventually become second nature. If you consistently wake up early, prioritize your goals, and work hard, these actions will become ingrained in your daily life. Eventually, your routines will support your goals effortlessly. Positive habits reinforce the consistency needed to succeed. The more you practice good habits, the easier it becomes to stay consistent, even when motivation falters. It's also important to remember that consistency is not about working harder or longer. It's about working smarter. Often, we think that in order to achieve great things, we must sacrifice our health, relationships, and happiness. But true consistency is about finding a balance that works for you. It's about working in focused bursts, being intentional with your time, and making sure you take care of yourself along the way. The more you focus on quality and balance in your efforts, the more sustainable your consistency becomes. One of the most powerful benefits of consistency is the sense of self-trust it builds. The more you show up for yourself, the more you prove to yourself that you can be relied upon. This trust in your own abilities gives you the confidence to continue moving forward, even when faced with obstacles. When you are consistent in your actions, you demonstrate to yourself that you can accomplish your goals, no matter how challenging they may seem. Self-doubt can creep in when things aren't happening as quickly as you'd like, or when the results aren't immediately apparent. However, it's essential to understand that consistency often precedes breakthrough moments. The work you put in today might not bear fruit right away, but that doesn't mean it's not working. Your efforts are building the foundation for future success, and with time, those efforts will pay off. Celebrating small wins along the way can keep you motivated. Consistency doesn't require waiting until you've reached your ultimate goal to feel good about your progress. Every milestone, every small victory deserves recognition. Celebrating these moments reminds you that you're on the right path and gives you the energy to keep going. It's important to acknowledge that success is a journey and every step counts. Finally, consistency provides the freedom to focus on what truly matters. When you build a consistent routine, you eliminate the need to constantly make decisions about how to spend your time. The more you make consistency a habit, the less mental energy you waste on trivial distractions. This frees up mental space for creativity, innovation, and growth. With a consistent routine, you can focus on pursuing your passions and living a life that is aligned with your values. In conclusion, consistency is not a trait that you're born with. It's something you develop over time through intention, effort, and practice. It is the cornerstone of success, the driving force behind all accomplishments. The more consistent you are, the more progress you'll make toward your goals, no matter how big or small. Whether you're working on personal growth, professional achievement, or any other area of your life, consistency is the secret to creating lasting change and realizing your dreams. Embrace consistency as a lifestyle, and you'll soon see the remarkable results it brings.